Woo! Hi, I'm the TheDailyCrumb, or for short, Nathan. I released an animation recently called Doctor Who Goes Gangsta. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. It was a parody on Doctor Who, as the title kind of suggests. It just went into what is up with this series right now. So that's not my opinion, that's just the opinion of the script that I wrote. Whoa. Now, I do believe in fairies, but animation doesn't just appear when you kill a fairy. Animation takes quite a while to produce. I wanted to kind of talk about and show you behind the scenes a little bit of producing Doctor Who Goes Gangsta. I've organised a Google Hangout with voice actors as well as a friend of mine that's worked on the project for quite a while. I wanted to throw some questions at them and let them throw some questions at me, and I'll also be going through a list of Easter eggs that appear in the backgrounds.
Originally it was called Doctor Who Expectations.
I think this was written before Capaldi's first season, to be honest.
It was just before his first episode. It was between the trailer and the first episode of Capaldi.
Because as we know in the first trailer, he says, "Where are we going, Clara?" Or whatever, into darkness.
The only reason it was continued production is because Jenna Louise Coleman, which I guess she didn't want to sound like a cake anymore, decided to stay on. David Tennant on the set. Cut, clap, clap, applause from me. I'm crying. I always cry, but this time it's not because I'm leaving, it's because your voice made me weep. That's a good line. I like that line. I'd like to suddenly turn on to real Stephen Moffat standing next to David. Who, me? The audience boos in a pantomime fashion. I'm bringing on the perfect director to make this show darker, says Stephen Moffat. Tim Burton comes out of the shadows, reveals Johnny Depp dressed as the Doctor with Helena Bonham Carter beside him.
I think the major problem with this script is just that it's, in a minute, as you'll find when you read more of it, it keeps stopping and starting far more than the other one does. It's just like the jokes just sort of go, do-do-do, bam, do-do-do, bam, do-do-do, they don't like flow like the final one did.
Batman joke, still there, made it all the way through.
Yeah. You be Clara, I'll be Peter.
Okay.
What? I can't kiss Clara, I'll get splinters.
How long have I been a plank of wood?
You've always been a plank of wood, Clara.
Very interesting. Oh, Tom Rees.
You originally had live action in this, I remember.
Yeah, no, I still wanted to
your
put...
brother dropping a Doctor Who toy. That would have been pretty good, but knowing you would have shot it on a potato. You shot it on like a webcam or something.
No, but it would have had terrible focus.
Yeah, you're not good with that. You're worse focused than Ford. Oh, she's son. I do like the just do it wrinkles. Oh yeah, I remember. It's funny. Originally, we didn't put that in because I told you that people might get upset if there was just a joke about Capaldi being old, and then you put in a much worse joke about Capaldi being old.
Where with his back?
Yeah. It's like, oh man, and it'll break your back.
I'm making this show into what it really needs to be, Gangsta.
So,
I'm glad we didn't just go with that.
Peter made it Gangsta, as opposed to Moffat.
Ah, that's weird. For me, I didn't want to use the word gangster because I wanted to be more flexible with what I had.
Yeah, you were the one who suggested it was changed, and I came up with the word gritty.
Yes, teamwork. The punchline is that Patrick Troughton is gay. That's not a very good punchline. Also, the whole bathroom scene was added, I guess, in the next version because that's not there anymore. And the credit scene, I wanted that closure of Stephen Moffat and the adipose. I don't even know if people notice it. I don't even know if the animation is clear enough to show the adipose popping out of the body, but hopefully people get it.
I think people who understand what the adipose is would get it. I don't think anyone else necessarily would, but no, it's going to be like, knowing the animation as it is now, and like obviously seeing the original script, what is your biggest thing you would like to change about the animation now if you were starting again?
I don't know. I think it works as it is. I'm quite happy with it. I know I kind of feel Stephen Moffat basically is the core of the animation, and in a small way, I don't want that to be because one, it's he's a little bit creepy in the animation. No, it works because he is like a supervillain. But I like the original script because it's more of a balance of all the characters. You know, everyone gets their own little line. Capaldi's doing stuff, Clara's doing stuff. Even David Tennant's got more lines at the beginning that I quite like. But I still prefer the final. You worked on the script with me. The same question at you that you asked me. What stuff would you have liked to have stayed in rather than what it ended up being?
I guess like it would have been. I mean, this wasn't in the original script, but like watching the final film, I think that obviously, as you realise rightfully, the ending was a bit like less developed than it could have been. From an animation script, you don't realise what the final film's going to be like. Like, I really fought you, if you remember, on the Troughton joke. I just didn't think it worked. I kept saying, I don't think this Troughton thing works. I don't think it works. I think it jokes. And you really got angry about it when it's going to work. It's going to work when it's animated, which you were right about. But I was really not up for it because I'm just like, it's just Troughton appearing out of nowhere.
Well, why didn't you think it would work?
Because I read the script and it just seemed like such a non sequitur. You know, it's just like Troughton just suddenly shows up for no reason.
You thought the regeneration...
That's mostly, to be fair, because the script was all over the place already. And I think when it was like constantly new characters, new people, it didn't work because I felt like, oh, another one's been added. I missed the Tim Burton scene. Because I remember thinking that would be really funny just to have Clara and Capaldi like dressed up like Burton characters. With like,
I think that was...
Oh, I remember why that's not in it anymore. It's because of the Batman joke.
Am I?
Why?
Because it cut immediately to the Batman joke. I remember saying it's odd that you're going to go from Tim Burton directed joke to a Tim Burton directed property. And then I think at that point you decided to cut out the Tim Burton. I think that was the issue, and I think like you decided to cut out the first one rather than the second one because you thought the Batman joke would fly better.
It's either that or it was just too much work.
I'm Emma, and I voiced Clara Oswald for Doctor Who Goes Gangster.
High five.
High five.
Yes, that's going to be a thing now. Hashtag high five.
James, gonna join in with a high five.
Yeah, James. Yeah, James.
I didn't want to ruin the moment.
I'm not sure that would work in real life though, because I mean, where would the third hand go?
Yeah, it would be a bit of...
You just have to slap someone's face.
Yeah, I've been cosplaying Clara since about 2012 September, so it's been quite a long time. Like the first one I did was Oswin, and then from there on, I just cosplayed pretty much every outfit that I could afford, you know, that Clara has. Yeah, but it's just about finding a character that you relate to and just, you know, dressing up to it and having fun, really.
What did you think of the script when you first read it?
Well, I thought it was really funny. I thought like it was in the same vein of the same the stuff we've done before. So it's that kind of sort of a zany sort of like comedy version of Doctor Who, you know, where like anything's possible. I'm just saying that like in your comedy ones, it's like the writers get involved; they become characters.
I wanted it to be child friendly. I remember.
Exactly, that's true as well. So you've got like the sort of the childish humour in there, which of course is going to appeal to kids. And it's
just because I wrote it. I did add a cigarette in this animation, which is the most grown-up thing I've ever done.
Actually, funnily enough, Russell T Davies, he was well known for being, you know, smoking quite a lot while he wrote, you know, Doctor.
Really? Wow, maybe we should all smoke, because this script's good.
Doctor, that's, disgusting.
I found clips on YouTube. I just put Jenna Coleman, so just to hear her voice, just hear her talking. So I found this interview of her, I think on like an American talk show. I found like scripts online from Doctor Who, and basically I read through the monologue she did in her voice and tried to capture it, and then I did the lines.
It's a really good Clara voice, and also it's very clear spoken as well, so quite easy to animate the lip sync.
It's one thing to do like a performance when you're like doing the acting, but it's another to kind of put the performance of the animation in the sort of voice. Whereas a lot of people will just kind of read the lines, but when you're performing, you know, it's like how Mark Hamill, when he does his like Joker bits, is like waving around his arms and stuff, and like makes the performances very animated so it'll fit with the animation. And I think, you know, that performance was like that.
Hi, it's me again. Now I'm going to be talking about the little secrets that I put in the backgrounds of the cartoon. Secrets, sometimes called Easter eggs, that just kind of appear in the background and, you know, just beep beep. It's a truck. I'm just going to run through them as fast as I can. An adipose dressed as Tom Baker. Ribena with a Tesco tag on it, because around that time there was a news thing about Ribena not being in Tesco anymore. The wizard that's in the cartoon appears in previous other cartoons by me. His name is Woo, and he says woo, and that is that. Neil Gaiman is the one standing next to Stephen Moffat who gets hit in the face. Sally Sparrow is written on the wall. Doctor Who retirement poster gives retired doctors jobs in such things as Casualty, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and The Hobbit. K9 is seen in the bottom left corner. Stephen Moffat in the first scene has a James Nesbitt tattoo. In this scene, Dalek in Love and The Flower appear. Names of some of the missing episodes appear on the film cans. You can also see David Tennant's 3D glasses. When we return from the Batman joke, the wizard has bolognese on his face in the shape of the Joker's painted smile. Colin Baker adipose. David Tennant's Converse shoes hanging from the electric wire. Queen Vic from EastEnders. Sylvester McCoy in the bin. Dead at Zorbalov. Graffiti on the wall that says Star Trek is better? Post Office Tower / BT Tower, reference to the War Machines. Poster for characters in my Riots video. Kilroy was exterminated, reference to Kilroy was here graffiti. Banksy signature, crossed out by Bartman. Dead Grouch from Sesame Street. 76 Totters Lane, sign. Susan rocks! Reference to Susan Foreman on the bin. Let's Potato Chips, reference to Community and whatever other shows use that. Sim Guru Ryan's expansion pack from my Sims video. Missy floating down with an umbrella. Reknos in the bathroom. Handles in the sink. Dalek with a plunger on the urinal. Hello, sweetie. River song graffiti. Newspaper on the sink references the episode Survival, asking, is it the end? Christopher Eccleston / David Tennant sonic screwdriver on the sink. Shower that looks like a Dalek meme sign. A Lost poster reporting Bitey of Brackenwood. Blob from Blobcop Studios. Blockhead from The Swain, and my character Timothy are lost. In the cubicle, Button Moon reference to Peter Davison singing the theme song. There's The Secret book in the wall, which is a secret, by the way. Missing poster of James Nesbitt, referencing the fact he was in a TV show called Missing recently. It's over 9,000. Previous showrunner Russell T Davis with Cucumber, reference to his television show Cucumber. Master designed after Scumbag Steve meme. Little Howard. Adric badge. Let's just forget the War Doctor. Ah, that was a nice story, wasn't it? Well, that's it for today on the Easter egg front.
There was two secrets that didn't make it in as well, which were there was a photo frame of Timothy in the garbage, and there was the Blur milk carton drunk, which I was sad about that didn't make it in because I thought
that
was
cool. That was a cool shot.
I think your idea of Kilroy was exterminated. I think that's my favourite secret.
I quite like that one. I think my favourite thing in the movie, and it's not really a secret, but the one suggestion, because I did give a few suggestions to this, but the one that I'm super, super proud of is the squinty eyes when Moffat shrugs.
Okay. I'm Matthew Leslie. I am some guy you know, which I think is how you do all your casting. And I did one line and a scream that you didn't use for the Master in your Doctor Who. I forgot what it's called. The Doctor Who goes Gangsta. Is that the title?
Yeah. Doctor Who goat scandal.
Yeah, the Doctor Who goat scandal. I did one line for that, and now you've got me on this to talk about the one line I did.
Yeah, so you recorded a scream and it didn't make the cut.
Yeah, why? I got a question for you. Why didn't it make the cut? Why did you take it out?
I got a question for you. Why were you screaming?
Because you wrote in the script, the Master screams and then dies or something. I don't remember what it said, but it said the Master screamed. And I messaged you on Facebook. You just put scream. Can you give me some kind of direction? And you refused to. You just said do a scream. So I recorded 15 different screams. I recorded 15 different screams in like different kinds of screams because I didn't know what you wanted, and then you didn't use any of them.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't have asked that question. Did you read the whole script when we first started? Or did I only give you those lines?
All right, okay. I have a actually nice answer to this. I did not read it, which I probably should have, but the rest of it wasn't that relevant anyway to my part.
Yeah.
It's not really, but I deliberately did not read it because I didn't want to spoil the cartoon for me because I wanted to enjoy it when it came out. However, I deliberately did not read other parts. I Control and F and found the Master's bits and only read those. So there you go.
There's a bit of a magical Disney moment there.
How did you get into character before you did the recording?
So I was typecast because I'm from Essex as a poor person.
You know, if there was going to have Gangsta Master, I think we found the voice.
Yeah, it does help that I have known Nathan for I think 3 years now, maybe 2.5. So I can kind of figure out what he means, even though he doesn't say what he means. So I can kind of get the kind of thing he was looking for. I mean, I was kind of like, the first time I watched it, I didn't really like take it in properly because I was just like, when's my bit? So like again, I didn't read the script all the way through, so I didn't know like at what point of the cartoon I was going to show up. So I was just like watching it, just like, oh god, when is my bit going to come? When is my bit going to bring it all crash into a halt? So I watched it, I was like, oh, my bit wasn't that bad, actually. And then I realised, wait a minute, I didn't pay attention to any of the rest of the cartoon. So about 2 hours later, I watched it again, and it was really good. Like, your animation was good before, but you've gotten, like, noticeably better from the one you did, like, 2 years ago. Like the facial expressions and stuff are just a lot better. Like, it's all, like, really well-timed, and you know what, you come off as you know what you're doing, which is nice.
Yes.
So
what did you think of everyone else's vocal performances?
Yeah, everyone was good. Like you seem to do your casting at random, but you luck out on it.
Did you guys watch it? Did you guys see his video? I'm gonna play it here while you guys are
presently.
Talking. Okay.
It looks, I'd say TV ready. You know. He has his own style. I actually messaged him and told him this, and he seemed surprised that I said that. But he has a style to him, and yeah, like I said, it puts me in a cheery mood.
Yeah, no, I mean it's beautiful. Like the animation just looks great. His parodies of one of the head writers and directors and all the like his caricatures are just great, and it drops a lot of references to a lot of good Doctor Who stuff.
I've never seen Doctor Who, so I don't really get it exactly. But it still made me laugh. So I don't know how he did it. It's like that shouldn't work.
Who's the one who complained at you the most, or rather encouraged you the most to get the animation done out of everyone?
Well, I think yours seemed you were talking to me a lot, and it was in text form, and the text form was quite threatening, to be honest. Whereas, but in a really good way. Obviously you'd be like, and then James would do that. It's the same thing, but like when I could hear his voice, so it was even more scary.
I started off nice quite often, where he'd send me something and I'd go, this isn't as good as it could be, and I'd start off nice, and then I'd just get angrier and angrier until eventually, I think I said to you once, the harshest script I said is, well, if you want the movie to be terrible, that's your choice.
Yeah, he did. That was. I was going to put a cameo of my Riot. No one knows them. That's the point, really. But the Riot characters from my Riot video. I was going to put them right in the background, and James said they were very distracting on the eye, so I removed them. But it turned out it was probably the better idea.
I think it's much. I mean, this is going to sound really harsh to your old animations, but it's like way better than anything you've animated before. Like it's and it's not just because you switched over to Toon Boom. Like your character animation, your timing, everything is far like more professional. Your old ones were very static, for example, and this one like you go a lot more adventurous with the camera and just generally the like animation of it. I watched the final film and like. Even because you sent me the rough one to check for like errors, and even watching that, I was just grinning the whole way through because I was thinking this is so much better than I thought it was going to be, and I've been looking at it the whole way through, hearing about 5,000 times. Right, that's you've made me mad while you lip sync it frame by frame like 6,000 times. Yeah, it was better when I saw the entire film at once.
Oh no! Is that all you got? Huh? I can see it's your hand. Oh, it's my hand. I can see it with my hand. Dairy Nation. Bye. Hope you enjoyed it. Now go and share Doctor Who Goes Gangsta, please. Thank you.
Matt Smith. How many doctors are there? That's the real question here. Real question.
Well, that's an interesting
So
Yeah.
interesting.
Like, comment, and subscribe if we're still broadcasting live this unlisted video.
Like, comment, and describe.
Like, comment, and subscribe.